Hello, welcome to Life with Miss D. Today is Sunday, and for today's dinner, I'm going to make meatloaf, green beans, and mashed potatoes, and cornbread. Something very quick and simple, I hope. And be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I went to church today, and I wore something very casual, just a sweater and some jeans because it was pretty cool this morning. So I don't have to worry about changing clothes. We had a wonderful time at church today, and the sermon was "Do not envy one another." It was taken from Galatians 5:25 through 26. And I'll read those scriptures, Galatians 5:25, 26. If we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit. Verse 26, let us not be desirous of vainglory, provoking one another, envying one another. So it was a very good lesson because we all struggle with envy from time to time. And so I just wanted to share just a little bit of what we learned. What is envy? Envy is being unhappy with other people's happiness. Envy weeps over those who are rejoicing, and it rejoices over those who are weeping. Envy thrives off of comparisons. Why do we need to deal with envy? Envy drains joy out of our lives. Envy poisons our ability to enjoy the things we have. Envy reveals what is really at the center of our lives. Never underestimate the spiritual power of envy. How do we fight envy? Adjust our gaze. Look to Jesus. Be grateful for what God has blessed you with. Live with gratitude. Repent and ask God to create in you a clean heart and renew a right spirit within you. Ask Jesus to take away the envy that's in your heart. So these are some of the notes that I took down in the service today. So we're going to get started with the meatloaf. We're going to be preparing meatloaf. So I have my meatloaf. Well, my ground beef, I'm sorry. My 73% ground beef. And I got a bowl. And I'm going to be chopping up some bell pepper and onion for the meatloaf. And I'll season the ground beef. Put in 1 egg and some crackers. A few crackers crumbled up in there. And bind it all together. And so we'll get started. I'll show you. Just a minute. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, these are my ingredients for the meatloaf. I have the ground beef. I have onion cut up. I'm not going to put all that onion in there. I'm also going to put some of the onion in the green beans I'm making. And that's bell pepper, garlic. I'm going to put the garlic in the green beans, not in the meatloaf. For the meatloaf, I'm going to season it with garlic powder and a little Italian seasoning, some onion powder, slap your mama some black pepper. You don't need some crackers, a few crackers to crumble up in there. This is just 1 pound of ground beef, so you're not going to need a whole bunch of crackers, maybe 3 crackers, 3 or 4. And then you're going to put an egg in there. You're going to need some tomato sauce. I'll show you how to make up the sauce, and this is just for the green beans that I'm going to be preparing with that. And of course, I'm going to have to boil some potatoes for the mashed potatoes. I didn't put the potatoes out. So let's get started on the meatloaf first. Focus on that first. Okay, here's the ingredients for the meatloaf. Okay. Wash my hands. Okay, so let me get started because I'm getting hungry. Okay, so we got our ground beef. Let me make sure I got both my cameras going. Okay. All right, again, so we got our ground beef. What I'm going to do, make sure the cameras can focus. Okay. All right, so I'm going to put in some onion, white onion. I got my bell pepper. See, it's all in there. And then I'm gonna one large egg. Okay. Make sure you can see inside that it's better. Okay. All right, so I got that in there. Let's season it. Black pepper. Move all this other stuff out the way. Make sure I get all that bell pepper out of there. Okay. I got garlic powder, onion powder. This is Italian seasoning. Sprinkle a little bit of that. Okay, this is onion powder, but that one hadn't been open. I think I got another one that's been open. This is the Slap Your Mama. It's like a seasoning salt. Is it open? Let me make sure it's coming out. Okay, there we go. All right, black pepper. Again, I love black pepper. Okay, let's get a few of these crackers and I'm gonna crumble them up. Some people use breadcrumbs that you buy in the store. It's not necessary to use breadcrumbs. You can just use some saltine crackers, Ritz crackers, whatever crackers you got at home. Take a few of them. And I'm gonna take about, what is this, just 4 crackers. And I'm just gonna crush these up with your hands. Break them up with your hands, put them in there. And we got ourselves some breadcrumbs or cracker crumbs, and you know, just make them as fine as you can. You know, you could actually beat them and crumble them up to make sure they crumble up good, but it's going to be just fine. And then I put a little bit of sauce in my meatloaf just to help it to be softer. Just regular tomato sauce, just a little bit. And so I'm not going to use my hands, even though they're clean. I'm going to just use a spoon. And this is I wanted a small spoon, but anyway, this will do. All right, so we just gonna. And you can use your hand if you want to. I just didn't want to. This is just 1 pound of ground beef. We incorporated it all together. And I think I'm gonna fit it in this pan here. This baking pan. Okay. You see how it's incorporating all together. You can use your hands if you want to. Okay, I only needed 1 spoon. I really didn't need 2. Anyway, this is the meatloaf. Okay, I'm getting ready to put it in there. Make sure your oven is preheated to 400 degrees. Let's pour this into this pan. I have a baking pan, and I think this is gonna work. If it won't work, I'll find something else. Yeah, it's gonna work. If you got a bigger family, you're gonna probably need to use 2 pounds of ground beef. But it's not that. It's just me and my husband gonna eat this. I'm not making a real big meatloaf. But if you need, you know, if you have a big, large family you cooking for, you're gonna need a bigger meatloaf. Okay, you see how I'm shaping that up? I'm shaping it up with your spoon, with your hand. I am using my hand to kind of pat it and shape it up. This is the meatloaf. Right? Okay, this is the meatloaf. Okay, so it's gonna go in the oven. I put it in the oven uncovered, and the time is 2 o'clock. So it have to cook about an hour. So I'm gonna put it in the oven 400. Okay, so that's in the oven. Let me wash my hands. And what I do is, after it cooks for about 45 minutes, I take it out the oven at about 45 minutes, drain off the fat, and I put my sauce on top of it. And I'm gonna show you how to do the sauce. We can get that sauce ready. Let me get a bowl of sauce. Okay, when I make the sauce, I just use tomato sauce. Okay. I use tomato sauce. And this is one of those small cans. This is the 8-ounce can. I use a little bit, probably about 2 teaspoons inside the actual meatloaf. Then I'm gonna put ketchup and mustard. Let me grab my mustard and ketchup. Okay, for my sauce, I put a little ketchup. I don't know if this been open. Yeah. Let me shake it up. Okay. I just squirt it. Okay. I used ketchup. That was probably what, tablespoon or 2. And then I use a little mustard. See, is that open? This is not open. Do I have one open? Put a little bit of mustard, just a little bit, because mustard is a very powerful condiment. Wait a minute, that's just liquid coming out. Let me shake up the bottom. Okay. Okay, that's all the mustard I need, just a little bit of pinch. And then I'm gonna put sugar. Let me grab my sugar. I'll be right back. I have my sugar, and let me put, this is a teaspoon. That's 1, 2, I think that's a teaspoon. Yeah, not a tablespoon. Anyway, let's taste this, stir it all up. And let's taste this and see if it's sweet enough. This is to your liking. You put a little Worcester sauce. I can't pronounce it. You can put a little steak sauce, barbecue sauce, Worcester, I cannot pronounce that, sauce. You can put whatever you want in your meatloaf sauce to make it how you want. You can put brown sugar instead of white sugar. Let me add a little bit more sugar to that. Okay, so that's about 3 tablespoons. And so this is my sauce. Taste it, make sure it's to your liking. Let me taste it one more time. Is it missing something? A little bit more sugar. Just a tad more. That was a fourth of a tablespoon. I think that's right. All right, so just sit that to the side. Like I said, after the meatloaf has cooked for 45 minutes, you drain off the fat and then you put this over the top. All right, I'm going to cut up my potatoes so I can get those to boiling. Be right back. Okay. Okay, I'm cutting up these potatoes. I got about 3 or 4 potatoes for the mashed potatoes. Sometimes I leave the skins on, sometimes I don't leave the skins on. Today I'm gonna go ahead and just go ahead and peel the potatoes. Camera's working. I cut up the potatoes in small chunks and I'm going to put them in the boiling water. I end up cutting up 1 extra potato because I didn't think I had quite enough. So let me see if I can take the camera over to the pot on the stove. See if I can make the camera, make sure I adjust it so you can see the pot on the stove. And so what I'm gonna do is put these in the water. Boiling water. Hope you can see that. I think some of my water boiled down. I'm gonna have to add a little bit more water to the pot, but I wanted to have enough potatoes to fill this pot. That's good, yeah. All right, so there's the potatoes. Hope you can see that. Okay, that pot was about to boil over, so I had to take the top off, and but it's boiling now. The potatoes. I have my green beans, onion, garlic. I seasoned it with some Slap Your Mama seasoning, and also let me make sure I don't forget to put black pepper, and I am going to cut up some of this margarine or butter into the green beans. So let me do that. We'll just let that cook. Also, I have a little bit of bacon fat that I'm going to add to this. I don't have any ham or any meat to put in this. You don't have to do this step, but since I got it, I might as well use it. Meatloaf is ready just out the oven. And I need to pour off the fat and pour the sauce on it, and it's ready already. So it won't be in the oven but 5 minutes or so. I gotta drain off the fat and put it back in the oven. Okay, I got my sauce. I'm gonna pour it on there. Okay, we'll put it back in the oven. 2 or 3 minutes. 5 minutes. It's basically done. So it's going in the oven. This is the cornbread that I'm making up. I have the cornmeal mix. I poured in some buttermilk. I poured in about a tablespoon of oil. This is canola oil. This is the cornmeal I use. And then I need to crack 1 egg. And I do need to put some sugar in my cornmeal. Let me, why did I throw that eggshell in my dishwasher liquid? In my sauce for my dishes. I don't know why I did that. Let me grab my sugar. Sugar. Here's my sugar. And I'm going to put, see how much sugar I want to put. I normally do, and I think this is about 1/4. I'll do 1 of those, I think. Yeah. That should be fine. And you make it as sweet as you want to. This is not Jiffy. This is just, we stir it all up. And that's too thick, so I know I need to add some more buttermilk. Stir that up. I have my muffin pan in the oven getting hot. I put oil in it. So I'm stirring it all up. Yeah, it's about the consistency I want. Okay. Let me make sure I put no sugar in there. Yeah. Alright. So I'm going to wash these dishes while I'm waiting for the pan to get hot. And I'll be putting this cornbread muffin mix in the oven on 400 and let it cook. Let it bake. Okay, my meatloaf is ready. It's time to come out. Let me go ahead and pull it out now because it was already done. Let me grab, where's my other lid? Here it is. Get this out. There's my meatloaf, piping hot. Can you see it? I don't know if you can see it. I'll bring the camera over to you. Make sure you can see that meatloaf. I hope you can see that. That's my meatloaf. Hot out the oven. Make sure the camera's on. Okay. I have some butter or margarine, and I'm gonna add a little salt to the potatoes. Let me add some black pepper. You may have white pepper. If you don't want to see the black specks in your mashed potatoes, use white. But I don't have any white pepper. I'm using black pepper. And then I'm just gonna mix this up. I did put some milk in the potatoes, so this is how you mix it up for your mashed potatoes, cream potatoes. I peeled these potatoes. I didn't leave the skins on. Sometimes I get lazy and I leave the skins on. Sometimes I don't. It just depends. So let me see. Yep, they're good. All right, so we'll be eating soon. Okay, we have everything ready now. We have our meatloaf. We have our buttermilk cornbread, mashed potatoes, and green beans with onions and garlic. We have, again, we have our meatloaf. Let me get in closer so you can see it. And we have our mashed potatoes with butter. We have our buttermilk cornbread muffins, and we have our green beans with onion and garlic. So this is Sunday dinner, and hope you will like, comment, and subscribe, and try this at home and let me know how you like it. Be blessed and enjoy your family today as you fellowship together and eat together and just have a good time together. So blessings to you and your family.